Welcome to our review on the life cycle of stars. So we do need to understand what actually happens to a star. So we need to understand its life cycle. Now within our universe we've got billions and billions of stars, and our sun is an average star. No matter what star we look at, of all of those ones that you can see in the sky and all the ones that you can't see as well, then they all formed the same way, and this doesn't matter how big they are, they all form the same way here. So what we actually start off with then is this huge cloud of gas, which is mainly hydrogen, and this is called a nebula. Now what happens initially is that this huge cloud of gas is pulled together by gravity. Now what we actually find happening to our star once it actually dies is completely dependent on its mass. So if we consider a small star first of all, like our sun, then as they start to die, what's going to happen is it's going to cool and expand to become this thing called a red giant. Now the outer layers of the star then break away and they form a new planetary nebula, and the white hot core of the star is all that's going to be left, and this is something referred to as a white dwarf, and over time this will cool down until eventually it just fades away to nothing. If we consider a large star now then, what we find is it does expand and cool, but it's going to grow much bigger, and they turn into something called a red supergiant. Now what we then see is something completely different to our small stars. The star then explodes in this gigantic explosion called a supernova, and during that supernova phase then the core of the star is crushed down by these immense gravitational forces to form this very dense star made up of neutrons, and that is called a neutron star. Now the neutron star is spinning very fast and sends pulses of radio waves to Earth, so we can actually pick up these radio waves from neutron stars here on Earth. If the star is even bigger, then the core is going to be crushed down into a tiny space and it forms a black hole. Now one thing to remember about our black holes is that they have such an immense strength of gravity that nothing can escape, not even the light, hence the name black hole. So it doesn't even let light escape because of that sheer massive force of gravity.